Landman Season 2, casting a beloved Yellowstone franchise star, is perfect thanks to one of the best westerns ever made. Taylor Sheridan's Landman recently cast a notable actor from a Yellowstone spin-off show, but the newcomer to the cast is even more exciting because of one of the best western movies ever made. Since the first season was such a hit for Paramount+, many Taylor Sheridan fans are eagerly awaiting Landman Season 2. It's one of many of Sheridan's upcoming shows and movies. But with Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, Michelle Randolph, and more, it's also one of the most exciting. Now, some casting news makes Landman Season 2 even more exciting than before. We've already gotten a fairly good amount of news about Landman Season 2's cast. For example, Demi Moore will have a bigger role in Landman Season 2 as her character. Kami Miller takes over after Monty's John Hamm death at the end of Landman Season 1. Tommy should also have some new responsibilities as the de facto head of MTEX. And Andy Garcia's Galeno will add even more variety into the equation. On top of everything else, however, Taylor Sheridan has also added one of the stars of a Yellowstone spin-off show to Landman Season 2, Sam Elliott. Recently, Sam Elliott was confirmed to be joining Landman Season 2. There's no official word on what character he's playing or how he fits into the larger narrative of Landman just yet, but Elliott is confirmed to be playing a series regular character. Elliott is best known for a slew of classic films, from timeless westerns to Roadhouse, the 2003 version of Hulk, and even the 2018 remake of A Star is Born. Elliott's involvement brings even more star power into the already famous cast of Landman, but there are two roles in particular that make him a very fascinating part of the show. Interestingly enough, Landman Season 2 will not be the first time Sam Elliott has starred in a western alongside Billy Bob Thornton. Both Elliott and Thornton appeared in Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell's 1993 western masterpiece Tombstone. Elliott played Virgil Earp, Wyatt's older brother, while Thornton had a small role as Johnny Tyler, whom Wyatt threw out of a bar at the beginning of the film. They were even briefly on screen together in Tombstone. After being thoroughly humiliated by Wyatt, Johnny Tyler was once again humiliated by the entire Earp party, which included Virgil. Now, over 3 decades after their first role together, Sam Elliott and Billy Bob Thornton are finally reuniting in Landman Season 2. Additionally, while it isn't a traditional western, Landman is heavily inspired by Taylor Sheridan's love of the western genre, which makes it even closer to Tombstone. Elliott and Thornton will also get much more of a chance to interact with each other, as they're both main characters in Landman while they had supporting roles in Tombstone. Landman Season 2 now serves as the perfect Tombstone reunion, but it wasn't actually the first reunion between Elliott and Thornton. As previously mentioned, Sam Elliott has already starred in another of Taylor Sheridan's shows, 1883. What's far less widely known is that Billy Bob Thornton also had a role in 1883, and his character even interacted with Elliott's. Thornton played Marshal Jim Courtright in 1883, and he briefly met Sam Elliott's sheeprennan as the wagon train he was leading was passing through town. Thornton's character was only in one of 1883's 10 episodes, however, so it was just a brief meeting, as they had in Tombstone. Brief as their meeting may have been, however, 1883 did prove that Sam Elliott and Billy Bob Thornton have great on-screen chemistry. They play off each other well, and 1883 already showed that if Elliott's character is an ally of Tommy, they'll have a very compelling relationship. However, even if Elliott is playing a villain in Landman Season 2, he should have more than enough experience with Thornton to get into Tommy's head. Landman Season 2 is shaping up to be very interesting now that Sam Elliott is on board. Paramount Plus's Landman is already shaping up to be another signature success in the Taylor Sheridan universe. A gritty, character-driven drama set in the high-stakes world of the Texas oil industry. But with the announcement that a beloved star from the Yellowstone franchise will be joining the cast for Season 2, fans have even more reason to celebrate. The casting is not only a thrilling reunion, it's also a deeply fitting choice, especially when viewed through the lens of one of the greatest westerns ever made, Tombstone. That star is none other than Cole Hauser, the indomitable force behind Rip Wheeler in Yellowstone. Hauser's portrayal of the fiercely loyal, quietly volatile cowboy has won him legions of fans and elevated Rip to near-mythic status in the TV Western canon. Now stepping into Landman's oil-fueled world as a new character, rumored to be a morally gray oilfield contractor with a shadowy past, Hauser is poised to bring the same magnetic gravitas to the series. And it all works perfectly, thanks in part to the legacy of Tombstone. To understand why Hauser's casting feels so right, you have to appreciate the DNA of both Landman and Tombstone. The 1993 Western classic starring Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, and Sam Elliott redefined what a modern Western could look like. It balanced iconic gunfights with deep emotional storytelling, creating characters who were both larger than life and etchingly human. It wasn't just about the shootouts, it was about loyalty, redemption, and the harsh moral code of the frontier. Landman shares that same emotional DNA. Though it's set in contemporary Texas, the show pulses with the spirit of the Western. It's about men and women navigating a rough and tumble world where fortunes rise and fall on the strength of a deal and the strength of character. Just as Tombstone gave us Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp locked in a battle against their own ghosts as much as the Cowboys gang, Landman explores how people wrestle with ambition, legacy, and the cost of survival. Cole Hauser, with his steely-eyed intensity and weathered charisma, has already proven himself a master of that terrain. In Yellowstone, Rip Wheeler is a man who lives by a code, one forged in blood, loss, and loyalty. He's not polished, but he's principled. And crucially, he's a fighter. That same core will translate seamlessly into the world of Landman, where oil barons and roughnecks collide in a modern-day frontier war. The connection to Tombstone deepens when you look at Hauser's own career arc. While he didn't appear in the film himself, his brand of Western performance owes a great deal to what Tombstone helped redefine. A Western hero who isn't necessarily the good guy, but someone whose soul is shaped by pain and purpose. Think of Val Kilmer's haunting, unforgettable Doc Holliday, a dying man clinging to friendship and pride in the face of inevitable mortality. That's the level of complexity Hauser brings to the table.